Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. This is episode 53 of my 2023 TTM returns. We are starting off this week with 7 successes. So we're going to start off with an NHL return. This is a guy that I have gotten from before. I finally was able to add him on his Upper Deck Young Guns rookie card. This is a 1-of-1 return in 125 days from Colorado Avalanche goaltender Pavel Francouz. So I got him his rookie season in the NHL. He was 25 or 26 years old at the time, so kind of an overager in terms of rookie. I think he played in the French league or somewhere close there for a while, and the Avalanche really liked what they saw, brought him over, and he played really well for the Avalanche for some time. Unfortunately, he has dealt with some injuries, which took out, I think, an entire season in his career. But he is back and continuing to play. Of course, he won the Stanley Cup last year with the Avalanche, and he hasn't been the main guy this year, but when he's been in, he's been able to play pretty well. So glad to see him continuing to have an NHL career. Next one is a 2-of-2 return from a former MLB baseball player. He signed both of these in 291 days for some sets. We got in Pat Sheridan on the 1990 Upper Deck, in the 1990 Don Russ. Of course, shout out to Brandon Stebbins, who is inching closer to completion on that set. He's really, really close. I think it's, 30 or 40 left of a really large set, maybe even less than that. But Sheridan was a pretty decent player. I think he won a World Series during his career, if I remember correctly. But beyond that, I don't know too much about 90s baseball, but nice return there, signed in blue. Then we have a college softball coaching return. This is a 2-of-2 success in 41 days, coming in from Iowa State coach Jamie Pinkerton. So Pinkerton has been coaching for quite a while now, I think about 20 years. Tulsa, Arkansas. I think he might have coached at Montana for some time. And then he's done really well with building up the Iowa State program. They, I think, were runner-ups or Final Four team in the Invitational softball championship, kind of similar to the National Invitational Tournament for college basketball. I think they were runners-up a few years ago. Then we have an MLS return. Haven't sent out too much soccer. This is probably why I just made that slip up in my mind. But sent to a coach that was just recently hired and got this back. 2-of-2 in 49 days from Houston Dynamo FC manager Ben Olsen. Ben also used to play in MLS, played in over 200 matches, and this is his second stint as a manager / head coach in Major League Soccer, who started their season, I think, a couple months ago. Then we have a Hall of Fame golf return. This is a 2-of-2 success in 34 days, coming back from Sandy Lyle, who is more well known probably for his PGA accomplishments, but he meets the requirements mainly through his European accomplishments. But he won a number of events over in Europe and racked up wins there. Only had, I think, 8 wins on the PGA Tour, which would not be enough to get him into the Hall of Fame. So that's where the European wins come through. But he does have 2 majors that he's won. Won the Masters, I want to say in like 85, 88, somewhere around there. And the Open Championship as well. So putting those 2 things together, that was enough to get him into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2012. He still competes both on the Champions Tour and the Senior Tour of Europe. We got an FBS head coaching return, first-time head coach. This is a 2-of-2 success in 41 days, coming in from the new coach for Western Michigan football, Lance Taylor. Taylor was a wide receiver for Alabama back in the early 2000s. He then became an assistant coach, bounced around to a few different teams, mainly offensive skill positions, wide receiver, running back. He did have some stints in the NFL, mainly with the Carolina Panthers, as an assistant wide receivers coach and wide receivers coach. I believe he just got hired from Notre Dame's coaching staff to take over for Western Michigan. So this year will be his first as a Division I head coach. Last one here is a WNBA return. This is coming back from a former player and member of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She signed 2 of 2 in 14 days. We got the 2001 Rookie of the Year, Jackie Stiles. So Stiles was a very promising player coming out of college. I know on her Hall of Fame page it said that she was the all-time women's leader in Division I scoring. I don't know if that is still true, but for a long time she was. And she won the WNBA Rookie of the Year title in 2001, was an all-star, so she was off to a great start to her career. Unfortunately, injuries derailed it. She had to get numerous surgeries, and she only ended up playing 2 seasons in the WNBA. So really, really stinks what happened there. She has continued to be involved in the game as a coach, jumping around through some different teams. I think she's part of Arkansas's women's basketball program. I could be wrong about that, or Oklahoma. Not sure which one. But she has been an assistant coach for quite some time. Not a head coach yet, but maybe one day. But I thought that was really cool to get a former WNBA Rookie of the Year in. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.